Have bourbon-infused coffee in collaboration with Southern Distilling Company. Visit blackpowdercoffee.com or stop by and see us at 261 Rolling Hill Road in Mooresville. Black Powder Coffee.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I want to see the kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz Now.
You have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now, because your business matters.
And you are listening to the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina. We're coming to you live from our Burner Cigar Studio, home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Great people, premium cigars. Life is good at Burner Cigars, located in Birkdale Village. Please go by there. Tell them Joe sent you. Your first cigar is on Joe. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you every Monday afternoon, because that's what we do here at News Talk WSIC. I am Joe Vagnone. This is Local Biz Now. We've been going strong for over 10 years. We have well over 852 interviews. Let me say that again. I have interviewed over 852 people. You can see over 600 of those videos on my YouTube channel. Please go there and subscribe. We would appreciate that. It is Joe Vagnone, business broker for YouTube, and you can see all of the videos. They've done a really nice job of separating them out and putting them into different segments. I didn't do it, but it is well worth your time and energy, and we've had some great interviews, some really good topics. Please go by there, and today will be no exception. If it is Monday afternoon, we always have a co-host, and this month it is Nicole Greer. She is the founder of Vibrant Coaching, executive coaching, consulting, and recruiting. She helps companies build culture for happy people. I love that, for happy people, working to their full potential. Build a vibrant culture with Nicole Greer. Now, normally I'd say, hi, Nicole. How are you, Nicole? Thank you for coming, Nicole. But Wilton, she's not here, you understand. So I get to pick on her. It's spectacular. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. You have no idea the years I have known this perfect woman, and she is now officially late. I'm going to be able to use this for years. You understand that Nicole was late.
Poor Nicole.
I mean, she's coming, Wilton. I want you to get the door ready. She's coming.
She'll have the red carpet service as usual.
She's going to be so unhappy that she is late. This is not Nicole, you understand.
I do understand.
It is the opposite of Nicole, but I'm going to take full advantage of it. I just want you to be aware of that. Well, anyway, so Nicole Greer is here. She is the founder of Vibrant Coaching. I've known Nicole for years, and she is absolutely exceptional. There's very few people that I know that I can say they are truly some of the best in the country. And in Nicole's case, it really is about leadership and developing and defining culture inside of small and large organizations. So we will talk to Nicole when she gets here. So we do have a guest today. Now, normally the guest is in the second half of the hour, but since she's the only one that showed up, you understand? You're thinking, I don't want this. I don't want this. I really don't want this. I have Tracy White here. Tracy, I thank you so much. You are the owner and founder of Davidson Group HR Solutions. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much for having me today. Actually, the Davidson Group is a bunch of affiliates. So it's an affiliate organization. So we're all independent owners of the business.
Okay. So, so let's get into that a little bit, okay, to define that just a little bit. I went online. I printed off like all manner of stuff that you offer. So that explains it. Because I was thinking she got to be the busiest woman on the planet, you know. And we're going to get into each one of those things. So you do look for and sort of tap the shoulder of whom you need to help the business that you're working with.
We do. The good thing about the Davidson Group is we're all HR professionals. We've all been in the business for many years. Myself, I've been in the business almost 30 years, so seems like forever. And
you don't look that old. You understand that, though?
Well, I started when I was 12, right? So I was 12 when I started. I wish, but no, it's great. But the good thing about us, it is a licensing agreement, so it's almost to a certain extent similar to a franchise. But we license with the Davidson Group. We all have are building our own businesses. So I'm building my own business within the HR consulting firm. And the good thing is we have a group of people that we work together, as anyone could see on our website, and we can tap each other when we have projects that maybe we're not the most experienced in, or somebody else on the team may have better experience in doing it. And then the other thing is we also do a lot of the same things that your large consulting firms do.
Right.
But most of the time when our clients are talking to us, they're talking to me and they're going to get my services.
Right. So let me be clear. We don't know each other.
Nope.
We just met each other.
We did.
You're only here. You are only sitting here because of my buddy Chuck Cooper. You understand that, don't you?
I am. Yes. And thanks to Chuck.
That's
Chuck
how this show works.
I know. We've got all of the referrals going on.
That's right. That's exactly right. So we think a lot of Chuck around here.
Chuck's great.
So Chuck would be somebody that actually would refer a client to you, correct?
Correct. So someone like Chuck who's out there talking to businesses, trying to figure out what they need, whether it be financial services, HR services, when he realizes what they need, he would actually call someone like myself.
So if I were to say what is the perfect client profile, what does that look like? What is that client?
Well, there's really any company. So our niche area, though, are the companies that are 200 employees and less, because those are the ones a lot of times that may not have a full-time HR staff, or that may not have the financial means to have a full-time HR person.
Right.
So, but they need the help. They need someone to come in and help them. They need to build their HR structure. They need to make sure that they're doing things, compliant, or may need an assessment. So someone like that is someone that I would really work with.
So I'll tell you, listening to you talk brings two memories to me. Again, we don't know each other, but one of my stories, I literally started with one small sandwich shop. It was literally a one-person sandwich shop inside of an office building off Albemarle Road, and turned it into the largest closed market environment restaurant concept in the Southeast. And I went from one employee to 180 in about 2.5 years. And I'm telling you, watching you talk right now, I would have never known I needed somebody until you're there and you look back and you realize I'm spending 2 days just on payroll. This is back in the day. I was showing my age, right? So there's a lot of people out there listening right now that need the service and just don't know it, right?
Correct.
It just kind of creeps up with you.
It does. It does creep up with you. And when it creeps up with you,
It's
too late, and you're in over your head.
When we get back, I'm gonna talk about my story.
Yes.
You can give me one of yours if you want to on that very same thing.
Okay, great.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Wagner, and I'm talking with Tracy Wright. She is affiliate of Davidson Group HR Solutions. We'll be right back. Is Nicole here? I see you talking, so she's afraid to come in. She's afraid to come in, isn't she? I ain't scared of nothing. Oh, I told Wilton, I'm just so glad that this, you're not
giving you
perfect.
a hard time, by the way.
Oh, I know, I'm sure. I can't wait for the playback. The playback is going to be fantastic.
I told Wilton you were not perfect, and this just proves
Nice to
it.
meet you.
Yeah, that's right. I am flawed in many ways, and only one has come out. But all these years, I was always early, way early.
Yeah.
She's perfect. This is the first. I know it for you. This is the first. You understand?
Guess where I was? I was at the East Lincoln Community Center doing training. I could not get out. Down 16, 485 zipped right around. I thought, oh, I'm home free. And then I hit the 77 North, and then this Burkdale thing. It just all took more than 45 minutes is what it took.
Well, we were having this conversation.
I'm sure it was fantastic.
Well, let me rephrase that. I was talking, she was listening. So it wasn't till 4 o'clock.
So much for the interview.
Yeah. Right. And it wasn't until 4 o'clock we're getting walking in and I realized, where's Nicole?
That's right.
I didn't miss you until I sat down and realized, where's Nicole?
Where the HE2 things did she
And
go?
that's when I checked my phone because
Right, because you knew I would let you know. And I left you a voicemail, too.
I know. That's no problem, dog. Absolutely
Anyway,
no problem.
okay, thanks.
So let me,
Thank you for
what
your
I
grace.
want to do is
Sure.
move the conversation with her, and then we'll come back to you later. Okay.
All good, all
Okay.
good. I am so easy to get along with today.
But I'll bring you in because it gives me a great opportunity to pick on you.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, pick away.
Yeah.
It's all good.
People might enjoy that, right?
Oh, right. Well, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole
We're
thing.
either making fun of Joe or making fun of the co-host.
There
So
we go.
today it's my turn.
I told her that the owner calls that good radio. You
That's
know?
good
When
radio.
somebody's fighting or disagreeing,
Yeah.
they just call that good radio.
That's
Yeah.
right. Everybody's listening in.
My husband and I were joking over the weekend. He's like, yeah, you could open up with a joke saying, yeah, I've got the perfect face for radio.
Oh, you're like, put on.
Yeah,
I heard that
exactly.
one,
I'm like,
honey.
oh, that's just so corny.
Yeah. Well, that's why Joe and I do radio.
Okay, before you ladies make fun of your husbands, I should remind you, we are live on Facebook and YouTube, so Wilton does not turn it off, even though we're not live on the radio. So,
Okay.
Does your
so if
husband
you
pay that
ladies
close
want to make fun of your husbands, you may, but everybody will hear it.
No, we
I
love.
guess I should have told her that beforehand, don't you think?
Yeah, but it's all
He
good.
doesn't care.
He doesn't care. How long have we been married?
20 years.
Well, she has a pass.
Yeah.
They don't really even talk to each other anymore.
Listen, for the rest of the day, we can blame it on
Whomever.
we just blame it on. We just oh man, we're actually live on the radio.
Wait, you are late. You are late
Yeah.
to start this segment. I'm just saying, you are late.
Let me just say, you are listening to the #1 talk business show in North Carolina, and then Nicole Greer showed up and messed everything up.
I am here to save the day, people. You're welcome. I showed up. You're welcome, everybody.
Wilton's over there looking at me funny, and I'm wondering why he's looking at me. I'm live on the radio. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Bagnone. If it is Monday afternoon, your business matters, and we are here with my co-host Nicole Greer, founder of Vibrant Coaching, executive coaching, consulting, and recruiting, helping companies build cultures of happy people. Build a vibrant culture with Nicole Greer. Nicole, thank you for getting here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was experiencing our Charlotte Metro traffic sitch. So
No problem, because I enjoyed picking on you while you were gone.
I can't wait to listen to the playback. I know that it's going to be rich with tidbits. So I'm
So
good.
while you were gone,
Yeah.
I met Tracy White. Tracy's affiliate of Davidson Group HR Solutions, and we were having a little chit chat
We were.
at the break. And one of the things we were talking about at the break was the small business people. It sneaks up on us. We don't realize what's happening. I think I told you one story that I went from one employee to about 180 in about a year and a half or 2 years. I didn't realize what was happening because remember, these are just small little sandwich shops. So I keep thinking I'm just hiring 2 people. Just hiring 2 people, right? You know.
Yeah.
And so, and next thing you know, it's taking me 2 days to do payroll. But looking at you also reminds me of one of my most regretful moments as an employee. Years ago, I hired, because I used to really like these people, from Goodwill. They would Goodwill would train people and help you out. You know what I mean? And,
Yes, they were.
And they would even come and sit during the interview. And I would hire these people. Well, I can remember a young woman that I had hired. She was with me like 8 years. and just wonderful. One of those people that always did everything she was supposed to do when she was supposed to do it. Not a bad word said, right? And I get a knock at the door, and I'm being audited for not paying this girl because minimum wage had changed like 3 times since we put her in the system, and nobody ever changed it. It was horrible. It was like there was this evil employee that had just ignored her for 8 years because she simply did what she was supposed to do.
Yes, and she didn't speak up. She didn't even tell you anything.
I don't even think she knew to speak up, right?
Probably didn't.
And so, what a horrible thing that I mean, it was just, when I found that out, I was just like, oh man, that's awful. Yeah.
But when that happens, you're now on somebody's list.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And that list begins with an S.
That's right.
Yeah. You're on someone's list.
Yeah.
And now that you got that audit, you're probably going to get some other audits.
That's right. You're right.
Gosh.
But what it also does, it defines how the employees looked at me moving forward.
It did.
Right. They were watching for every penny in that paycheck.
Well, clearly, Joe must not know what he's doing. Well, no, he really didn't. Payroll was the last thing us small business people think about or care about. I had a Wayne Bylund, we started the show together. We had this coaching session that we did for small business people. About 11 of them, 11 small business people. We get together once a month and talk with them. And of course, I have all these skill sets of all these businesses that I've operated. And I think they're going to really want to ask Joe about all these questions. Same thing with Wayne. He's got all these sales skills and all that stuff. The number one question was HR related.
Oh, of course.
Every single
How do you deal
month.
with people?
Yes, because no one really knows how to deal with people, it seems like. So when you put them in the mix, and of course you have to have them for your business. I mean, you can't run your business without the people.
Absolutely.
So, it's really important to make sure that you're treating them well, and you know that, Nicole, about making them happy.
I
and
do.
so you got to make them happy. And I've always found out one way to really upset your employees, first and foremost, is mess with their pay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that was 30-something years ago. Believe me, that was. So I asked you, kind of give me an idea. So this employee that you said about 200 employer, what are some of the services that you excel at, that you really enjoy providing those services for them?
So for me, it's really kind of going in and setting up, their HR departments for the most part, getting them compliant, making sure they're paying people properly, making sure that they have everything that they need to be off of those lists of those people that are going to come and audit them. One in particular of my clients that I have now that's been great has been getting them compliant with OFCCP and affirmative action, because even though they're a small employer, they're under 100 employees, they have government contracts. And that's a whole nother area of compliance that the average employer doesn't know about. And if they don't have someone on site that really knows how to get them compliant from an HR perspective, that can really come back to bite them, because that could help, get them kicked off their contracts, or then they're, really in a financial bind at that point.
So listening to you talk, it just kind of brings me to this question for all of the small business people out there that are listening. If you don't have somebody like Tracy, how do you know this?
You don't.
You don't.
How would you know?
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
And the thing about HR is, like, people don't see it as a revenue generating thing, so it's not a high priority, but just get sued.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
and all of a sudden,
That's all it takes is
all
one
of a sudden,
lawsuit.
HR will make me money.
Exactly.
Right? Because
One
I don't have a
lawsuit.
lawsuit on my hands.
Yeah.
They don't
Nicole
understand
said that with a smile as she looked at me.
No, I know that. Well, I don't know if you're compliant. It's not very compliant, ever.
I feel a little harassed.
Really? Yeah, me too. All right, I saw there's a dude with his law license hanging up on the wall. We'll call him.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no. Wilton, this show's not going well at all. But you ladies say compliant. Most of us, we don't even know
No.
We do not know that things are changing, and they're literally changing. Say maybe once a quarter, new things are happening.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and I don't know which list you get, but she's probably a member of SHRM, the
Yes.
Society for Human Resource Management. So if you're not a member of that and you don't have an HR team, you need to join this
Right.
association because they will send you a legal update and all the
They
things.
will. But when they send it to you, you may not know really
That's
what it
what I was
means.
Right, but at least you
got
know
two
But at
something's
least you get
happening.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
At least
call,
you know.
Call her.
Ladies, I got too many other things to do. Last thing I can do is think I think I'm just going to call Tracy.
Yeah, yeah. And what's great is we're truly a full service firm. I mean, I do compensation, and I actually have a little bit of a niche area that's different than a lot of the people with the firm.
nice.
Is because I also have labor relations. So any kind of union avoidance, collective bargaining, arbitration, mediation, any of that kind of services that even small businesses can find themselves needing. Because just because you don't have union employees don't mean you don't have issues with the Fair Labor Standards Act or the NLRB or anything of that nature. So you can really find yourself, like you said, getting
Right.
that notice that you're
Yeah.
having an audit or a lawsuit. And that's the last thing a small business needs because that can really bankrupt a small organization.
Yes, it can.
Right.
Because even though you have liability or employment insurance, it doesn't always cover those things because like
You're neglectful.
you're neglectful.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cover
Whoa,
those
whoa, whoa,
compensation
whoa,
things.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh no, we're getting
why
a whoa
Nicole?
whoa. Hold
I
on.
know. Whoa.
Why Nicole got to say neglectful? If I don't know, I don't know.
Ignorance is not an excuse.
I've been telling him that for all the years we've been
Ignorant,
doing this.
neglectful. Oh, this is going bad. This is going really bad.
Now he wishes I was still in traffic.
Yeah.
I know. He was like,
Yeah.
this would be much better without the two of them.
Tracy was controllable till Nicole got here.
Well-
So let's talk about fractional partnering because it really does seem like the right thing. It's what I need, right? One phone call, you'll take care of it. And if I run into something I just simply can't handle or don't have time, whatever it may be, right? One phone call and you'll take it from there.
Correct. And honestly, most of my clients right now are on fractional basis. And I have, some clients that are 2 days a week, some that are just on retainer. So a retainer is that, maybe I don't have to be there on any regular basis, but they just want to call me and get advice. And then if they do need me, then I can come in on a contract or on a project. So those retainer type clients are really good because those small companies, maybe they only have 10 employees.
Right.
And they really don't, once they've got everything in place, they don't need a lot, but they may have questions periodically, or they may have gotten one of those emails like, what does this mean? What do I need to do? And those types of clients are great because they pay a really small monthly fee and they have someone that's an executive, I've sat at the C-suite, sat at the table.
Right.
That knows what's going on.
And that value, us small business people, sometimes we overlook that. We think because we're a small business, our problems are different than at the C-suite. But the truth is, if
the
you
same.
see it from that level, you can be much more helpful if you'll do that.
Yes.
I'm curious, when I run into this, the questions coming out sloppy. So if I'm not sure what to do, I can start with just a phone call with you. Can you come
Sure.
in and review my company?
Sure. We do an audit, and that's actually
Can you come up with another word besides audit? Because I'm not calling you for an audit.
Well, we can
A
do
review.
A review.
HR review.
An HR review.
Thank you, Nicole.
An HR assessment.
Nicole was really
/review.
good with those
go.
words, right? Okay.
Just to let you know, are you compliant? And that's actually a very minimal cost with our organization to have
That's
someone.
what I think everybody needs, and then that you can sit down with them and assess. Let's figure out what I need to do.
Yeah, and that's an easy sell. If you can
It
get
is.
them to do that, and then you do the review,
Yes.
That's right.
then they're like, okay, sign the retainer, we're in.
Yes.
Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some more. You are listening to Local Biz Now, where your business matters. We'll be right back.
Keep it right here. Local Biz Now with
The
Joe
review.
Becknell.
That's the
review.
ticket.
Well, I could use some help today. Ignorant, non-compliant.
That's right. Audited left and right.
I'm staying quiet because usually those words are from you.
I haven't had time to pick on you today.
I now now know it needs to be Joe, a row of people, then me.
That's
Oh, that's right. It's all about the placement, the
It is.
dynamics, the group dynamics.
and normally I'm picking on Wilton, you understand. I have not had time today. You ladies have been keeping me busy.
We're having a good time.
Okay. Is there something you want to talk about? Or are we hitting on some key issues for you?
Yeah, we are. We're hitting on a lot of the key issues. I think some of the key things too is to talk. I mean, maybe if we can talk a little bit about, I guess, really what makes us different from some of the
Okay.
other firms, because we have a lot of the same capabilities of a larger firm because we are a group and we all pitch in for those tools and
Okay.
and databases and things. So it makes it easier for us to, if you've got an individual trying to do this, they can't pay for all of that on their own.
Right. She's got a team of experts.
Right.
We are a family-owned and North Carolina-grown business known for fair
And
prices
and really what the
expert
small
service.
business needs is a trusted advisor. And
In Statesville,
Honestly, when she was describing that minimal number for retainer, when I could just pick up the phone and call her, hey, listen, I kicked Wilton in the head the other day.
can you sue me? Yes.
Yes,
Can
you
you-
can.
Can you call
Hopefully-
him and see if he's all right?
Hopefully it's not on video.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
But I mean, those types of things,
It
or
is.
somebody called me and said X, Y, Z. That would have back in the day for me. That would have been very helpful.
Yes.
Multiple units, multiple states. It really would have been. And looking back now, I always was the decision maker, so those conversations were much harder. If I'd have had you between me and the problem and the
Right.
person, it'd have been very helpful.
Right.
Right. And also just her mere presence, she steps in. If they were trying, because it can go the other way, where
Right.
the employee is trying to hoodoo the employer.
Exactly.
And she steps in and they're like, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
The police, the HR police are here,
Yeah.
and they know what they're doing.
Exactly.
Joe doesn't know what he's doing, but she knows.
Then they would know that I don't. You're exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, we got all manner of time.
Oh.
1 minute, you want to go burners?
Oh, yes, I do. Thank you for reminding me. Wilton, you're a fine man today. I could use all the help
Where's
I
your
can get
sign?
today.
Where's your
hey,
sign?
where's my sign, man? What you doing?
Uh-oh,
Thank you,
sorry,
Nicole.
Wilton. Sorry.
Thank you, Nicole. Only one caring about me in this whole place, Nicole.
So I walked in with those two
Oh,
cigars
gosh.
last time, and David Greer's like, "Are you going back?" I said, "Well, don't be
We got
greedy.
some more for
Don't be greedy."
25 seconds.
You don't get any perks for showing up, but he does.
I know. Yeah, I'd like to talk to you about Joe's treatment of me. Maybe you could help.
Local Biz Now with Joe Bagnone on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
So I got a great HR.
Yeah! Welcome to the #1 live business radio show in North Carolina. We're coming to you live from Burner Cigar Studio, home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Premium cigars, wonderful people. Life is good at Burner Cigars, located in Birkdale Village in the same parking lot as Dick's Sporting Goods. This is Monday afternoon. Sit back, relax. I got you covered. We're going to get through it. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you. We are talking with Nicole Greer, founder of Vibrant Coaching. Build a vibrant culture with Nicole Greer. We're also talking with Tracy White. She is affiliate of Davidson Group HR Solutions. Ladies, thank you both for being here today. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Before
my pleasure.
before I allow you ladies to pick on me some more, Wilton, fire it up, buddy.
Hey, this is Josh Johnson, and I've spent my fair share of time chasing alarms as a firefighter. But after a long day, I know how to find serenity in the form of a great cigar. Check out the best way I know how to relax. Join us this week at Burner Cigar and experience true relaxation.
Thanks, Wilton. I'm holding up this sign because if you go by Burners, you can't Don't laugh, Nicole. This,
I'm not laughing.
This will get you a free cigar right here.
I'm going to go get a free cigar for David Greer. I get bonus points with David if I bring him a cigar.
That's right. I got a humidor here in the studio, and she's always grabbing a couple to bring up. David, we got you 2 more coming, buddy. We got 2 more coming. When you go by Burners, if you hold up this sign, take a picture, put it on the book, the tube, the X, or whatever else.
The gram.
The chain, whatever else is going on. Your next cigar is on me. Thank you so much, Burners Cigar. They are absolutely a phenomenal sponsor and a phenomenal place to sit down and relax and smoke a cigar. We appreciate you, Josh, and all the people up at Burners Cigars. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's get started. Tracy.
Yes.
What if, hypothetically,
Okay.
I kicked Wilton in the back of the head by accident?
Oh, okay.
I could pick up the phone and say, Tracy, will you handle this for me? Am I correct? I mean, will you roll up your sleeves and get that involved in this?
I can, yes. I'm not going to probably take him to the hospital if he needs to go.
How bad is he bleeding?
Yeah, how bad? How bad was the injury would be the first question.
You ladies, I said it was hypothetical. I can assure you there's no way my foot's getting up that high.
Oh, that's true. He is right about that.
And I'm not leaving the studio without Wilton getting his one-ups in me.
But yes.
But the point is, there'd
is
be an issue between me and Wilton at some point.
There could be. And so I could help mediate those issues and make sure that you two can continue to work on very good terms, hopefully. So
Right. So what makes the Davidson Group HR Solutions different than from others? Because, I talked to Chuck about this as well.
Yes.
And he can help with these types of things. So what makes you guys different and unique?
So what makes us unique is we're all individual kind of business owners. Like I said earlier, we're building our businesses. So we also come together, though, and pool for resources. So compensation programs, applicant tracking systems, payroll partners, background checks, all those types of things that a lot of small companies, they either, one, don't have a lot of need for. They may only hire 5 or 10 people a year, or they don't want to spend the money because some of those systems can be quite expensive. So we offer those to our clients. So we offer a lot of the same services that your big, large firms can offer, but we offer it at a much more reasonable price.
Well, and of course, Tracy, us small business people, we know everything. So we can just read these employees and we don't need their background. We just, know.
Yeah.
Nicole's rolling her eyes over there.
Someone called for reference for Joe. Yeah, he kicked somebody in the head. That's why we fired him.
And she's really had that before. Not with Joe Vagnon, but another guy named Joe.
Exactly.
So Wilton, just so you know, Bill Russell is listening and watching the show. He sends me this note on the book. It says, "Don't kick him until after my show." So Bill didn't come. He wasn't coming to your defense. He just wanted to make sure I didn't kick you till after the show.
I understand.
So Trace, we're making light of this, but the truth is, this happens.
It does.
It's never ending that us small business people run into these issues, or something that happens to me when I've got these large cafeterias where I may have 30 people working through breakfast and lunch at the same time. Let me tell you something. That is like a daycare sometime.
It is. And it's funny because my very first career out of college is I was a supportive psychotherapist for chronically mentally ill adults. And I say I still do it. It's just in a different environment at times. So
just saying.
Just saying.
Right.
But, all kidding aside, people are people and everyone has different needs. They have different things going on in their personal lives. And you just never know how that's going to impact, what they bring to work.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm trying to get the people that are listening to understand that I'm not suggesting I know what they need.
Right.
You're not even suggesting you know. We're suggesting that if they'll give you a call, that we can figure out what minimal or maximum it is that they need. And a lot of times, these assessments We got to get her to get away from the whole
The
audit
assessments.
thing.
Yes,
That's
the
right.
assessments.
The review.
The review.
Thank you, Nicole.
The review or
You-
assessment.
You might want to hire Nicole
I know.
to help you put the packages
Yeah.
together, okay?
She needs to change my vocabulary a little bit. So
but those things are really healthy, right? I mean, a lot
It
of
is very healthy.
A lot of times we kind of stick our head in the sand. We don't really. If I don't know that I don't owe that poor woman money, I don't feel bad, right?
Right.
But the truth is, I need to figure it out.
yeah, you do. And not only that, but again, it's truly one of those to where we may not always know, but at least if a lot of times the employees just want to be heard, even in an
Right.
employee grievance situation. If they're not happy at work, this. I mean, you're doing, trying to coach companies to make happier work environments. Sometimes it truly is just having someone to talk to. They don't feel comfortable maybe coming to you because you're the owner of the business.
You got that right.
Yeah.
So Nicole could read my mind, because what I was thinking is, when Julie wants to chat me for 35 minutes of all
Right.
the things I'm doing wrong, I'm just going to tell her it's time to call Tracy.
There you go. There you
Julie, her number is. Go ahead.
Yeah,
What's your number,
exactly.
Tracy?
Exactly.
So you listen to Julie for 45 minutes, all the thing, and then you call me and you say, "Okay, Joe, do this, this, and this." And we'll all be done."
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. But
We're
it
joking,
really,
but
I
that
know,
sounds helpful.
It's true. But it's true. It's really what happens a lot of times. And really in an organization, as you're growing, you start to kind of lose touch sometimes with what's going on with all of your people, because as you're growing the business, you don't really have someone there to help you out.
Right.
So even from an employee standpoint, take the compliance piece out of it.
Right.
We actually at the Davidson Group, we are an outsourcing even for employee relations. So we have a large organization that has, thousands of employees that outsource their employee relations to us. So, there are other things that we can do as a group, and that's one of them. And so, sometimes it just helps to have that third party mediator. What Nicole was saying earlier is, hey, have somebody else to talk to instead of, the boss or that supervisor or the owner.
Well, and I would add just timing. In other words, sometimes they want to just come at a time where my mind is someplace else, right?
Right.
So if they come to you, you can gather it, and then I have time to actually process it. Because if they catch me at that moment, I might not do a good job, Nicole, with how I respond. And you and I have talked about that.
Yes, well, we have talked about emotional intelligence. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's when the kicking in the head started.
Yeah. I lost my mind and I kicked him in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy. And now Wilton owns the whole radio station.
That's right. It's now the Wilton Show.
That's exactly right.
This is the Wilton Show. Wilton, you got supporters in here, buddy.
Yeah, we love you, Wilton. We should get T-shirts.
I know, we should.
I'm loving this right now. I'm in heaven. Yeah.
Oh, I got a headache. Okay. So one more time, because we glossed over it. We've only got about a minute. What is fractional partnering? What is that exactly? So us small business people can kind of wrap our heads around it.
So fractional partnering is, let's say you don't have the budget for a full-time person. So like what I've been doing for fractional is, for these organizations, maybe they only need me a day a week. Maybe they only need me a few days a month, a couple days a month to come in, make sure things are on track. Everything's done from a paperwork standpoint, helping with some employee relations, helping with a project that's going on. But you're getting a senior level executive. So you're also getting someone that you can talk strategy with. It's not just someone that's doing the paper pushing. It's someone saying, okay, I'm growing, and I need some help to figure out what kind of headcount planning do I need to do?
Right.
What kind of budgeting do I need to do for benefits and things of that nature? So that's kind of the other thing.
So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to roll Nicole into this.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about how you guys actually do this advising and add culture to it, right? Because we as small business people, that's another thing. We assume it's just working out well for us. Boy, you ladies are going to wear me out today. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I'm here with Nicole Greer, founder of Vibrant Coaching, and I'm also here with Tracy White. We will be right back.
More Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone is coming up.
Did I miss that? Well, did I get it?
You got it.
WSIC. Local starts here.
Awesome stuff.
Julie typed in Wilton Media.
It's a worldwide movement.
Julie's coming on board with you ladies.
We love you, Julie.
Yeah.
Wilton's got all the women on his side.
He does.
Oh, goodness
His response, well, of course.
So when we come back, my small business problems, I see one way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the minute you bring somebody like Nicole in, how you would solve that and make sure you're building a good culture is something we don't think about until we look back and it's no good. Right?
Until all your employees left.
Let's kind of talk
Until
about that.
all of your employees have bumps on their heads.
Yes, exactly. Or they found better jobs.
Right.
That's right. Or you have no employees. That's a sure
Right.
sign you've got a problem.
Yeah.
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 The good sign is when you can't hire somebody,
Yeah.
you just know they don't
Exactly.
like it.
That's right.
That's right. You've got a bad reputation.
Yeah. Do you know, I can't pull up his name in my head, but the gentleman that laid off 900 people in a Zoom call,
Oh, wasn't that like,
what was his name?
wasn't the company like,
It's a mortgage company.
yeah. Oh,
Let me
that
look
was
it up.
horrible.
All I have to do is go,
I mean-
guy that laid off 900 people. and
Yeah,
come
I
right
can't
up.
remember his name though, but I'm thinking, who would ever want to go work for that company?
Oh, and you know, they gave him some coaching and he's back.
Oh,
He's back in
okay.
charge.
They gave him some coaching.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do that again.
Right, right. That was stupid. Stop. But like, I mean, really, his mindset. There it is. Guy who laid off 900 employees. Vishal Garg, CEO
Is that the guy
of
in Michigan?
Better.com.
Is that in Michigan?
It doesn't say.
Because I saw an old documentary on how he got them rah-rahed up and all that, and he was like this superstar.
There was a really
Thank you, sir.
really big company that did it by phone back in the day, like left voice messages on everyone's phone.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay. So I know what I want to ask. I don't know how to ask it. So y'all-
We
y'all-
know. Go ahead, try.
Okay. Okay.
It's Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Yeah, I am here with Nicole Greer, founder of Vibrant Coaching. Build a vibrant culture with Nicole Greer. I'm also here with Tracy White. She is an exceptional woman to speak with. Davidson Group HR Solutions. And we're going to ask both of these ladies a tricky question. Are you ready?
Uh-oh. Ready, Tracy?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So I need every now and then, hypothetically,
Okay, another one of those.
I
Yeah.
might treat more people like Wilton than I should, poorly. And so I want to get somebody like Tracy around to help me through this. But what I've also learned, just because I've been around Nicole and watched her roll her eyes at me so often, that maybe my culture isn't what I thought it was. So is there such a thing, Nicole, as like this combination of both of these things coming together, HR and culture? Walk me through that. It is a sloppy question that I'm asking, but I think you can cover it.
I can cover it. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to say about HR and culture. So the first human resource that needs attention and intention is the CEO.
Exactly.
Okay. So if the CEO can do this thing we've all heard, lead by example, we are in great shape. But if he or she cannot lead by example, we're in trouble because the tone, the messaging, the activities, the behavior, the way we set up our business to fail or succeed is all riding on, the shoulders of the CEO and then the C-suite. And so those people have to be exceptional. And when they're exceptional, they do really good work, and then people want to work for them. I want to be on a winning team, not working for a bunch of losers.
The problem, Nicole, is that I want to be that guy that you just described.
Yeah.
But I might have a few flaws, let's just say. Small ones, you understand.
Yeah.
Small,
Sure.
see, small.
Things that could be fixed, right?
Can they? That's the point I was going to make. Can they be fixed? Right?
Yes.
How do you
Yes.
deal with that?
Yeah. You want to take that one?
Sure, and they can, and it really takes some coaching. I mean, it also the person has to understand themselves, and they have to understand what makes them tick and drive, kind of as a leader, because sometimes depending on the situation, you may not be the best person necessarily to be the face of the organization, but you may need to lean on your team more. So, and you need to have your team there to be able to support you and kind of help drive those behaviors.
So you might
100%.
teach me not to go talk to Wilton and apologize. I'll get Julie to do it and bring him a lollipop or something. No? Can't do that?
Not
No, you have to
necessarily.
be a man of integrity.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about this last time.
I wish everybody in the radio could see as I was describing that. Both these women were like giving me this frown and nodding. No. So it's got to be me.
Yeah.
It's got to be me.
And
then I misinterpreted what you just said then.
So, yes, it still has to be you, okay? But it has to be you through your team. But when you're speaking, you have to understand, too, how you're coming across, what type of personality you have. How can you change that? If you're coming across to your team as this hateful owner or hateful CEO that doesn't like any employees.
But I don't think I'm coming, like, no person thinks they're hateful, right?
No. They don't.
Well,
I don't know. Some do. Some know they do, and some want to.
Nicole's been around the block a few times. Okay, so I know I'm hateful, and I still want to talk to Wilton. I mean, wouldn't I be better off not to do that?
Well, you're going to be out of business very soon, anyways, if you're hateful. So I just want to say that because that's not going to work.
Exactly.
Okay. But what she's saying is like, we've talked about tilting before.
Right.
So I think leaders need to have 4 main things that they're able to do. One is be a man or woman of courage, be a man or woman of wisdom, be a man or woman of resilience, and a man or woman that loves other humans, humanity. And so sometimes you're geared one way or the other, which is what she's talking about with personality.
Right.
So you could have a very courageous leader, but they forget to say thank you.
Yep.
Which is the humanity side.
Right.
So you have to learn to tilt to all 4 of these things. And really what I tell leaders is you might not be good at it, but you need to build that muscle.
You got to practice.
And that's where
That's
you
right.
women will come in and remind me, hey, Joe, this is the area we need you. This is why your culture isn't moving in the direction you want it to move.
100%.
Yes. I had an executive once. I'll tell this quickly. His name was Joe, too, by the way.
Oh, I knew it. I knew this was going to be.
I know. Joe.
They're all
Sorry,
named Joe.
Joes.
Yeah. But when he would talk to people in front of a group, he would get very excitable. And it was because he was very passionate. But then people took him as yelling,
Right.
And they thought that he was yelling at them. And they were like, man, why does he always get up there and yell at us? And he finally realized this about himself. So what I would do is I would stand in the back of the room, and when I would see him getting too excitable, I would make a signal. We would come up with something,
It's like the Carol Burnett.
Yeah, one of these Carol Burnett kind of things. And so he would immediately calm down, and take a breath and then start kind of over again.
Right.
Because he really wanted to work on that. And it was really important for him to be able to communicate better with his team. And it's not that what he was saying was bad. It was how he was saying it and how it was coming across. And he was a great leader otherwise.
And you're telling me there's nobody in the organization that was willing to confront him with that. So it had to be a third party like one of you to be able to do that.
Well, at that time, I was HR in the organization, and I built a really good business partner relationship with him. I was the head of that region, and so we had a great relationship, and I'm like, I will help you with this.
Okay, got it.
So if you can have someone internally that can do that, but a smaller organization, you're not probably going to have that person that's courageous enough to say, hey, let me tell you when you're starting to go off track.
Right. So helpful.
So I told you I was reading your stuff before today, and the thing that kept jumping out at me is you kept using the word partnership. It's not that we're talking now that I get it. I get that you genuinely really want to help partner with the owner, and whatever that issue is, it is a comforting thought to think that I can pick up the phone and you can help me through whatever that problem is.
Yes. And that's really where, for me personally, and I think a lot of people in the at the Davidson Group especially, we really enjoy being that partner with that business owner or that senior business leader to help them with whatever it may be, whether it's strategic, whether it's tactical, whatever we can help them to grow and make their business better. That's really what we want to do. And we want to make sure that they are not getting those crazy lawsuits and that, they're keeping their money for themselves and not paying it out to some rogue, lawsuit out there for kicking someone in the head.
Right. And I'll just tell you something real quick. A lot of times I'll go speak at SHRM meetings and I will show a video, but everybody go to YouTube after this show, go to YouTube and type in how HR leaders mess you over or how HR leaders screw you over or something like that. And there are lawyers out there who are downright telling that the HR team is not on your side. It's horrible.
You got Wilton looking and Julie looking and
and so there's a big misconception about how we do partner, and we do have to play the side of the company. We have to stay in business, but we also have to have people who are happy, who will help us stay in business.
Yes. And it's funny because when I get a really angry employee that says, well, you're not really on my side, you're on the company side. And I tell them, I'm like, HR is a fine balance because we do have to take that balance. And really it's 49-51. And the reason I say it's 49-51 is that 51%, that additional percentage in there is because I got to keep the company compliant. I got to make sure I'm looking out for the best interest of the organization, regardless of what the boss wants or the employee wants.
It's so funny because I never thought of HR as being anything as a business owner other than for me. But you're saying the employees see it is for themselves.
They do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a recent thing that just happened. I bet you, Tracy, you get these phone calls all the time. I get this phone call from a young lady, and I had done training for them before, and so she called me up and she says, "Nicole, I'm calling because we have a problem." I said, "What's the problem?" She said, "We have a couple of employees that do not have good grooming, and so they have body odor." And everybody is complaining about their body odor. So my manager wants us to have a grooming training. Like,
do you do that?
Yeah, do you do that? And I said, no, I don't do that. I said, what we need to do is we need to teach the managers how to give feedback and how to have a one-on-one conversation, which they don't know. See, everybody wants to slap training on everything.
Yes.
But really, our leaders, our managers have to have communication skills.
That's a conversation I don't want to have.
I just had that conversation
it's a whole thing, body odor.
With a leader.
Yeah.
And they had someone on their team they were complaining because they had body odor. And he was like, do you want to address it or do you want me to?
Well, he needs to learn to do
that. And
that.
that's it. You need to address it.
I don't want to address it.
And here's how you address it.
Right. And so you can have training on how to have difficult conversations, or there's this whole program rolling around out there. You guys might do it. I do. Crucial conversations.
Yes.
You have to learn to do that. And so while, Tracy can go in and I can go in, or we can, and help the owner, but we're going to hold you accountable for increasing your skills. And really that's the true value.
It is.
You don't want to use us as your henchman for the body odor conversation.
Exactly.
You want to watch us do it. So now you're empowered to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So thank you, ladies. We've only got about a minute. What is the one thing you would tell a small business person listening about what it is you do to make them consider this?
For me, I think the key thing is if you have any HR-related issues, regardless of what it is, compensation, payroll, employee relations, body odor, you name it, I can be there to help you through all of that process. And anyone else within the organization at the Davidson Group can as well. And I think that's the really key thing is we want to be your partner. We want to partner with you to make your business better and to make your organization much more successful than it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tracy. You are listening to Tracy White with Davidson Group. Give her a call. She will be more than happy to take care of that. And I'm here with Nicole Greer, founder of Vibrant Coaching. Build a vibrant culture with Nicole Greer, where your business matters.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC.